All right. I don't really have anything good for a cold opener. We spent so much time bullshitting while we ate our food. Kind of counterproductive. It's kind of weird.
I think so.
But I don't think that story was one I was ready to put on here yet. So we'll call this by cold opener. So let's start the show. Okay, yeah. I'm sure it's really weird for people watching this on YouTube because they don't get that music in there. Yeah. So it's just like me saying, hey, here we go. And then, hey, here we are. So I'm Chad.
I'm Amanda.
So we're following up from our other show, the Secular Perspective podcast. So if you're in the mood for something a little more serious, you can go check out that show.
Not that it's that serious.
Yeah, we take somewhat serious topics and kind of try to make light of them, crack some jokes here and there. But yeah, if you're into that sort of thing, go check that out. This show is more of an outlet for us to talk about whatever we want, from any variety of topics, and then incorporate in some kind of a story from our past. I talked a lot about a video store that I used to work at in our last episode, which will be going up here in a couple days. Here by time, well, when we're recording this, it's going to go up in a couple days from now, and then you'll be hearing this probably a week later. I'm also recording these, so if you're listening to this on the podcast, I am recording these, putting them up on YouTube. If you happen to be watching this on YouTube, there's a podcast version of it that actually has intro music and pre-recorded outros and stuff like that you will not hear here. Basically just because I don't want to deal with all the copyright music stuff on YouTube. It's a lot easier for me to just kind of throw the raw footage up.
You on YouTube.
It's gotten ridiculous lately, and it just makes it easier for me to just, I'll clean up the audio, throw it up, and you can kind of see. I don't know if I'd necessarily say behind the scenes of what goes into making this show, because behind the scenes is basically the wall behind the camera over there. And that's not much behind the scene. There's a TV and my Amazon Echo sitting over there.
We come in and just start. Like, that's how we do.
Yeah, I have the stuff set up, and I sit down and say, go, woman. And she goes,
damn.
That's right.
Wow, Chad.
I know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm pulling out my sexist hat.
Oh God, don't do that. Because last night, I don't know why I did this, but it was a new release. Well, not a new release. It was recently uploaded to Netflix, and it was India's Daughter. And
what? Is it a series or a movie?
Don't watch it. It's a documentary about a girl that gets gang raped in India and murdered.
Oh my God.
Don't watch it. Well, maybe do. It
sounds
one of the rape.
emotional.
She gets raped by 5 guys while in a bus while it drives around
one
of those.
How old are we talking?
She's 23. And she's a medical student, and they just determined that she shouldn't be out at night because she is...
Oh, it's her fault.
Because she's a woman, and of course women aren't supposed to go out after 8 p.m. in India. Yeah, that's seriously the lawyer that represents the rapist, that's seriously his defense. He's like, I just spit at you because I'm so...
I asked for the news, not the weather.
So he says, no decent woman would be out. That's just our culture. And I don't even know, because this detail was so graphic, it hit me off guard because I was kind of trying to do a little bit of work watching this, and it was terrible because there were subtitles and I couldn't, so I just ended up staring at it. And then I don't even know if I should say this because it's so gross.
Yeah, it's fine.
They rape her so much that the guy reaches inside of her and pulls out her intestines through her vagina.
Oh my God.
They put her in a hospital, and she survives like that for 16 days, I want to say,
wow.
2 weeks. And they're like, look, they tell her parents, we don't know what to connect to what. She's so ripped up. And she just dies. And then
oh my God.
New Delhi, this happened in 2012, so New Delhi, I hadn't any awareness of this. New Delhi just erupts into protests, and all these young people come out, and to hear her rapist talk about it, they're all sentenced to death, except that there was a 17-year-old that helped too. They're
But
like,
he just got off
yeah,
somehow because he was so young or
yes,
something?
that's
He was
it.
a minor?
Yeah, he
Wow.
only, I think he only
Okay.
served 3 years. I think he's out like right now.
Probably. Wow.
And it is the worst documentary. Like, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but the rapists, when they talk, they're like, yeah, women should just let rape happen. Like, we're entitled to that. Like, they're really talking about this. No shred of
wow.
jocularity. They really mean that. They really think that, like, if they want to grab a woman, and I was like, oh my god. And I was in the worst way last night watching this.
So it was just last night.
It was just last night. I said, oh, I'll watch this. And I kind of knew, I knew it was going to be about a rape and how, like, India woke up to its fucking women are trash problem.
Right.
But they're like, yeah, you see a flower out on the streets, it's wilted. You see a flower inside of a church, it's revered. That's their thing for women. It was the worst. It was terrific, but I lost my mind at that last night.
I can't follow up with that. So good night, everybody. Jeez.
So I would recommend it to people, but like it is going like
get a drink in you ahead of time.
They're not
probably.
showing anything, but they
it's discussing.
describe
Well,
it
yeah.
several times, and I just didn't think there was that kind of evil in the world. I'm always amazed how. You know, because it's common for them to throw acid.
That just blew my mind. Yeah, the acid
on women
I've seen
in India
pictures.
if they think they've,
done something promiscuous.
And then,
if
women get raped in India, like, they get punished because, like, that's your shame, not the...
That's stuff kind of out of the Bible, but that's getting into...
Oh, yeah, it's very...
I mean, that's our other show.
It's very linked to that, yeah.
There's a lot of religious stuff.
Sorry for bringing this up.
God.
Let's move on.
You're bringing me down, man.
I'm sorry, it was...
This is supposed to be dick and fart jokes, not...
I was like, why am I watching this? But I couldn't stop.
I'm trying to remember the last documentary I watched, because I do watch a few. I think the last one I remember watching was called... I can't even remember the name of it, but it was about Edward Snowden.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember it was like HBO did it. Citizen 4, I think is what it was called. Citizen something. I want to say Citizen 4.
On him.
You know what? I like him. Like I get why he did it. Now, should he have done it the way that he did it? That's questionable, but after watching that, you do start to kind of sympathize with him a little bit. It's weird.
Do you see the latest Panama Papers leak? Have you read anything about that? It's just basically people holding stuff or their accounts in like tax havens.
Really?
So it's this tax haven firm out of Panama. They released these papers. I guess it's like 11 million papers, and it reveals that Iceland's prime minister is hiding money offshore. So is some of Vladimir Putin's.
Wow.
And they're like, this is only the beginning. Like, a bunch of very important people are hiding money, and like this is going to come out. So this is like day 2 of it. People sifting through this. And I wondered when a leak like that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Too. Just thinking about Snowden, I was like, oh, now it's coming out for like the people hiding their money.
Yeah. That's nuts. I mean, we obviously don't know what that's like because we don't have that much money to be able to hide it.
Oh,
so
I wish I had money to hide from.
if I had that, I wouldn't be doing this show.
What? Yes, you would.
I probably could because I'd have that much more free time because I wouldn't have to work.
You'd advertise it. What's up?
I'd have the money to advertise it.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the thing is
you
trying
just
to be
broke
able to.
My heart with that.
I'm sorry. I probably wouldn't even know you because I'd already be off jet setting and
talk to
whatever.
Your
it's not that I wouldn't talk to you. I wouldn't know you because if I already had, it depends on when I got the money. Because if I already had the money, I'd been like, whatever, maybe. I don't know. I might have stayed close to home. I'd build me a big tower and I'd Scrooge McDuck it. And just like dive in and swim through my money.
There's somebody online that did like what would really happen if you tried to dive headfirst into coinage. Like what kind of injuries you would sustain.
Oh, you'd probably break something.
Yeah, no kidding.
You'd probably look like that.
Wall of coins.
You'd probably look like that dude that tried to like swan dive into his frozen pool and just bounced off the top of it. Did you see that? You didn't see that?
Love to see something
I can't remember. when was that? I can't remember if it was this past winter or the winter before, but I remember watching something with John Oliver on it. Actually, I was just kind of going back through some stuff today because he was talking about, it was on a video from a few weeks ago talking about voting and how every person's vote should count.
Yeah.
He's like, and he shows that video. He's like, now keep in mind, this guy's vote counts just as much as the president's. It shows him jump and he just bounces and skids right across this sheet of ice.
My friend kind of did that one winter. We were up in upper Michigan. Well, not the upper peninsula, but just in northern Michigan. And it was wintertime, and he was, like, skipping around in, like, the greatest mood. And he sees, like, a drift of snow on the beach, and he's like, I'm gonna, like, leap into the air, twist, and, like, dive and land on that. Yeah, it's a boat covered in snow. It's an aluminum boat. And he was like, oh, I fucked up my back. It was like, it's a boat. You're like, oh, dude, your weekend's
That's
ruined.
Funny. Oh my God.
And I never see him be that happy-go-lucky, so I was all into it, like, do it, Walsh. And
That's funny. I feel like I should bring this up quick while it still might be cold.
yeah, oh, do it.
So, for those of you that might just be getting introduced to this show and haven't listened to our other show, I did talk on our other show last week or the week before. I can't remember how long ago it was. I am an ordained minister in the Church of Dudism. And it's his online thing. You can check it out. It's dudism.com. But I volunteered to officiate a wedding for somebody this summer, maybe if it happens. I don't know for sure if it's going to or not. But Dudism is based off of the dude from The Big Lebowski. So the dude's drink of choice is the White Russian, which I've never had before. And I was going to go buy the ingredients to make one the other day, and I happened to be in Meijer, and they actually had some pre-mixed. So I got one here.
You have to drink White Russians if you're going to.
Yeah, and I've never had one before. I don't know if am I supposed to shake this up?
He says he doesn't like coffee. So.
I'm not huge on coffee. I can handle coffee. I like my mocha frappe, so it's close enough to coffee.
I'd say it's like a mix between chocolate milk and coffee in the middle. But not that mocha stuff everybody's talking.
So I'm going to try. This is the first time I've ever had one. So, those of you watching on YouTube can see my reaction because I usually kind of shiver when I take a shot or anything like that. Like I don't do a lot of
yeah. It's good.
It's actually not bad. I felt a little tickled there right at the end.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's pretty mild.
Yeah,
I could handle that. It would probably be better over ice because this is a pre-mixed thing in a bottle.
And they cap these at 5%, so you're not really putting a lot of vodka.
Yeah. But the joke was, if I do this, for those of you that have not seen The Big Lebowski, it's Jeff Bridges. He plays the guy called the Dude. He's got a mullet going. He's got his big beard, and most of the time he's like got a bathrobe on and like some shorts and a t-shirt and stuff.
Sandals,
he's wearing sandals and stuff like that. So I was like, if I do this, do I do it serious or do I do it goofy and wear all that stuff and I have a White Russian? But it's like, I got to figure out if I like a White Russian or not. So that's why we tried this. And
I'm surprised they ordained you without you having a White Russian.
Well, it's just online. It's not like,
My uncle just got ordained to do my cousin's wedding. And my grandma is not happy about it. She's like, no, it's not right. It's not right. Because I guess he could perform baptisms too.
Yeah, I think technically I could. Like there was like a list of all kinds of stuff I could do. Not that I would do it, but
vow renewals, marriages, baptisms,
like last rites.
Yes,
stuff like that.
Oh, can you imagine the dude's last rites?
It's like you will abide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of something else to mention the rug, and I can't think of anything. But
really tying the room together.
I know the rug's going to tie the room together. It's just trying to find a way to mention the rug tying the room together. In the room in the sky, in the big room up in the sky, tie the room. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to drink too much of that. I don't want to get loopy. Not that I probably would. It's just
not
wine.
Off of because that's that's a beverage, not a cocktail.
Yeah. I don't drink a lot though.
Neither do I. Not lately.
Yeah. I know we discussed before on the other show about the one, or was it this show? I don't remember. The one time I got drunk, got sick, but we talked about it before. It's on one of the shows. That alcohol's already kicking into where I'm just like, fuck it.
No,
Go look at it. No, it's not. I have a little. I don't have. I'm getting a better tolerance, I think, than what I used to. Because when we first started dating, my wife could drink me under the table, and she's little. Like when we started dating, she was like, she's like 5 foot nothing, 98 pounds, and could throw them down. And then got pregnant and couldn't drink, and then got pregnant again and still couldn't drink. So she's lost that tolerance. So
I've lost mine because I don't want to drink alone. It's not because I would have to drink alone at my house because I move so often.
I don't know if this is technically considered drinking alone because I'm drinking by myself. I'm the only one drinking. However, I have you here, so I'm halfway drinking alone.
You're not alone.
I made those cherries. I made these things. They called like vodka cherry bombs or something like that. And you like you're only supposed to soak the cherries in vodka for like, just overnight and be ready to prep them the next day. And you dip them in like melted white chocolate and roll them in brown sugar cheese. Roll them in like kind of a blue sugar sprinkle or whatever.
Yeah, they look like 4th of July.
Little bomb pops or whatever. So I let mine go. I wasn't ready yet. So like these things got soaked for like a good solid 24 hours and they were potent. But I was supposed to go do stuff with a buddy and I was going to take him over there and we were going to have other people over and the whole thing fell apart. So then I was stuck with all these cherries. And they were all on the stems and everything when they'd been pitted already. But then they just sat dry for so long that like they started to turn color, started to get darker. Because I was going to offer you one last week and I opened it up and I'm like, oh, these are looking kind of rough. Yeah, we're just going to get rid of these. No. But they were good. I remember giving one to my sister and she started eating it. And she's like, ooh, these are good. Oh my God, what's in this? Because I didn't tell her that they'd been soaked in vodka. I was just kind of waiting. And she's like, I was kind of suspicious when you made something. Yeah. Because I don't get creative and make stuff very often. But when I do, it's weird for somebody that doesn't drink a lot. When I actually get crafty, there's usually alcohol involved. Because like I made like Skittle vodka before, and it was just a big mess.
Was it good?
It was all right.
Skittle vodka.
You would separate the Skittles out into all the separate colors, and then pour all the individual Skittles into like separate bottles, and then pour the vodka in on them, and basically let the Skittles dissolve, and they would separate out all the sugar and the flavor and everything. So then you'd have to keep pouring them through coffee filters to strain out all the sugar chunks and all that.
That's just a lot of work.
It was so much more work than what it was actually worth.
Did it?
Like they were just, and it was just
taste like Skittles when it was done?
Not really.
Oh.
I was very disappointed. We just ended up pouring a lot of it out. I took it all over to my buddy's house and we tried it, and it was just like, we'll buy some.
Did it turn colors at least?
Yeah, it did change them colors. Okay. It was neat looking. They were pretty, but it just the flavor wasn't there. But whatever. So let's talk about. We only have really one story that I saved earlier today, and I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous that this could happen. The story was actually on our local ABC affiliates news station, but the story itself actually happened in West Sussex, England.
Okay.
It's just one of those off the wall stories, but the headline says accidentally mailed cat survives 8 days inside box. So basically what the story is these people were selling some used DVDs, I'm assuming, online. And in the packaging process, they had to have turned their back. Well, their story is that they turned their back or something, or left it at some point long enough for the cat to get in the box.
Cats love boxes.
And then they come back and they seal it up with the cat inside and mail it to whoever was getting these DVDs.
Yeah, where did it go? it got mailed from Cornwall, England, but where did it end up? 260 miles.
Oh, okay. So it left Cornwall. It ended up in West Sussex. Those are the people that opened the box of DVDs and found the cat inside.
So Cornwall, West Sussex, 260 miles apart. 8 days.
What I don't get is those people how stupid are you to not notice the difference in weight or just not care?
Yeah, because you have a fully functioning cat in there.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know how much packaging was already in there. You wouldn't think that, I would hope if I'm ordering DVDs, there'd be some kind of bubble wrap or something in there to cushion it. I don't want the disc getting knocked loose and scratched up.
Yeah, but just like picking it up and isn't it like
how many DVDs are in this box? and then the weight of a cat added to it to where you're like, yeah, it's about right. I mean, just, I don't know. I wonder if these people were trying to get rid of the cat somehow and then got caught. And
that
was like,
is the most conspicuous way to get rid of a cat.
But they say that, we've been looking for him everywhere. They were hanging signs and asking everybody about him. And these people were like, oh my God, we found him. And all I can think of, do you remember the song from elementary school? Like, the cat came back the very next day.
I could play that on guitar.
Can you really?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that sometime. I got an electric guitar in there that I don't play.
What? No.
Yeah.
I'm not, I learned it in elementary school.
But you can play it on guitar?
It's only 2 notes.
Oh. Dun, dun,
No, it'd be horrible.
Well, we won't do it then. But yeah, they said, the cat, I can't believe the cat survived. They said it was badly dehydrated and stuff, which, yeah. But I can't imagine. God, could you imagine?
I don't know how it didn't eat its way out. I know cats can,
I think that...
If I'm desperate, I'm chewing on some cardboard.
Yeah, you would think that it would have been clawing. Like, somebody shipping it should have heard it.
Something.
You would think. But...
Those things are so automated, though. Like, the contact that they have with it is... Seriously, when they load it up from one to the other or to your doorstep. And that's it. That's seconds.
That's true. Yeah. And at that point, the cat's probably just... I'm surprised it wasn't just knocked unconscious several times throughout the course of it.
They said it was badly dehydrated.
Yeah. I think that cat's name, though, now should be Schrodinger. Like, dead serious.
Is it in
He's
the
in the box. He was almost alive. Could have been dead. It fits.
It does.
It totally fits.
Cat's real name is Cupcake.
Cupcake. Name sucks. I hereby dub the.
Oh, and it was microchipped.
Yeah, he was microchipped. That's how they found the owners.
Oh, yeah, I guess. You know what this reminds me of? If you watch Christmas Vacation, Clark Griswold.
I've only watched it once.
Oh, like Aunt Bethany wrapped up her cat. Or remember, he's like, "Arr!"
I only watched it once, and that was like a couple years ago. I don't remember a lot of it. Like, I know there's some people that just like watch it religiously every single year.
My brother's one, so I watched it with him. And he thinks it's hilarious every time.
I'm just like,
I'm the same way about A Christmas Story. I'm like,
oh, see, now I used to, for a long time, that was my movie I would watch every year, and I don't anymore, but I would probably go out of my way more to watch A Christmas Story than I would like Christmas Vacation.
Oh, I would do Christmas Vacation over A Christmas Story.
Yeah. Where does Home Alone fall in there?
Nowhere.
Really?
I'll watch Home Alone any day of the year.
Oh, okay.
It's not a Christmas movie to me.
Okay.
Well,
because that was like I had my.
Is that like Die Hard where the people are like, it's a Christmas movie? God,
because that has to be a Christmas movie because he is not there.
I guess Home Alone is a Christmas movie, but I'd watch it any day of the year. It's not like I would not watch Christmas Vacation right now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, what's wrong with you? And then you'd be like, all right, Home Alone. I'd be like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because Die Hard has to be a Christmas movie because if they're not there for a Christmas party, what reason does he have to be there?
No, I think it's not contested that it's around. It happens because of Christmas time. It's contested should you only watch it at Christmas.
Oh, I get you.
And I'm like, no,
you can watch it whenever.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
But yeah, it's probably better because it's around Christmas time when you watch it. But I don't think you necessarily have to.
There's a lot of movies like that.
Yeah. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I'm sure there are.
There's a lot of movies with Christmas scenes in them that it's like, oh, well, whatever.
Yeah. You know a movie that that didn't get a lot of love, but I always thought was really good. It was a Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie called I'll Be Home for Christmas. Did you ever see that? I know that's like so freaking random. Yes, it gets super glued. It gets super glued to his head. I can't remember what it was because he basically would scam a bunch of kids in college, stuff like that. And something happened. Somebody knocked him out or roofied him or something. And as a prank to get back at him, they basically like super glued him into the Santa suit, and he has to get home. He's trying to get home because his girlfriend. I guess him and his girlfriend might have been from the same town or something like that, and they were both getting home. I think she was already there, and he was trying to get back there, or else she's going to break up with him or something.
Oh, God.
It was something goofy like that. Like, there was, like, a specific reason he had to get there. Like
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
JTT. I can just hear the internet just going sploosh right now mentioning him.
Why?
Oh, my God. The girls loved him back in the day. You never hear anything.
He's gone now.
You never hear anything from him. He just, like, retired and
yeah, he's done.
He's just.
I wonder what he looks like now.
I don't know. Google.
Let's do it. Don't search JTT. Nobody will know on the internet what you're talking about. He was pre-internet. Don't.
No, I'm going to search. I shit you not. I type in the letters JTT, and the first thing that comes up is Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So suck it.
Oh, he doesn't look bad at all.
He looks the same. He's got glasses. He's got some bigger hair. I'm kind of jealous. He's got more hair than I do.
Yeah,
but he's
still...
he's only a couple years younger than me. He's shorter than me. Holy crap! He was only 5'5".
He's short.
Yeah, but
he looks good.
Yeah,
that's a '98 movie you're pulling out right there.
Yep, I was still in the video store then, so.
I'm sure you have an intimate knowledge of all the '90s videos.
God, it's that I tell you now. Throughout the course of this show, that video store will probably almost come up once per episode.
If it's 10 years of your life, I can't even fault you for that.
It's just that place just, yeah. So anywho, all
right.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's pretty much the whole story. It's not really a lot.
Scroll to the end, see if they're facing like any animal neglect.
I don't think so. That was the weird thing is there's no real punishment.
In England, you can mail your cat wherever.
Did you know back in the day,
without fear of the law?
In the early days of the U.S. Postal Service, you could mail your kids.
I want to Snopes that because I'm not sure. It just seems wild that I'll take on this kid.
Yeah,
they need to be fed.
That may take a lot more research than I want to do right now.
Yeah,
Snopes. Yeah,
JTT
was super fast. that was more to prove my point that Google knows JTT.
I was looking at early 2000s fashions the other, specifically prom, because I got on this thing. Do you know the Prom-posal?
No, I don't. Oh, yes.
Where you treat it like it's a marriage proposal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just see how over the top you can be. So I was looking at that and I was like, these fucking kids.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing back when we were in school.
No. So then I got on early.
I say when we were in school, you were. I think there's a gap.
There's a bit of a gap. It's not huge, but I would get on I was on BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is my friend for that, and they had a whole what you wore if you went to prom in 2003, 2004, and I was like, yes. And that stuff was too real for me to look at. They're like, you wore some pastel glitter eyeshadow. I was like, check. Okay. You wore a beaded choker. Oh, double check. You wore the chunky, white shoes. There it is.
Chunky white shoes.
They had and they came in
was
black,
it a platform type
a little
thing,
bit of a platform. But they were strappy, and then they we didn't deal with stilettos at all.
Okay.
We had these huge, chunky
it was like a high heel, but it was just like a thick, more like a thick sole on a shoe or something. I think
not
I know,
quite a wedge, but
I think I kind of know. There was a divide there a little bit between the heel and the rest of the sole.
But we wore some chunky.
I think I know what you mean.
Heeled shoes. I was on board too. I loved.
I'm sure.
It.
Do you remember jelly shoes?
Love those.
My sister used to wear them all the time when she was a kid. And I don't remember if I dreamed this or if I'm making this memory up, but I have this memory of she wore them all the time. That's all she would get. And my mom kept buying them for her, but my dad was trying to make a point. And it's she needs to stop wearing them. I think it was because she would wear them so much and her feet would sweat in them that they would start
they would
stink.
Get nasty.
They would stink really
nasty.
bad. But I remember, we had a ceiling fan in the living room, but it didn't really get turned on a lot. And for whatever reason, he took them and he put them up and stuck them up on one of the fan blades, just trying to hide them from her. And then they got forgotten about. But the light would always get turned on in there for light. And the heat would rise. And it actually, I remember, I have this memory of he actually melted the jelly shoes a little bit.
Ours
so, they kind of caved in and did a little weird globby thing at part of it.
Yeah, ours wouldn't. If you put them on the sidewalk out in the sun, they'd get real soft. You could Woo.
It's weird, because it was just a little fad. I know it lasted a couple years, but
it was back.
It was back for a little bit.
Yeah,
it's so weird how you got these little weird fashion trends that just kind of come and go.
I was super stoked when the '90s came back because I loved the short. Baby doll dresses.
Okay.
And some Doc Martens. I just thought that was the coolest shit when I was a kid.
It's funny. I can't really say that I was like super fashionable when I was a kid.
No, I wasn't.
I went
fashionable
through like, it was weird. Like I went to this little country school out in the middle of nowhere. I remember going through like this really preppy phase. Like I would dress like black dress pants, nice button up shirt. I was like the only kid that did it.
A
Like
briefcase.
I didn't pack the briefcase, but like I remember like I went through this phase like my freshman year for like a little over half the year, like probably almost the whole year. I just dressed nice. I just dressed really nice. Everybody's wearing t-shirts and stuff. I came in wearing, I think I still had tennis shoes on, but I'd have like nice clean tennis shoes. I might occasionally wear dress shoes, but always had the black slacks on, nice button up, you know. Occasionally do the sweater vest.
Awful clothes.
I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I grew out of it, and I look back, and I'm like, damn.
Actually,
I remember a couple kids giving me shit about it.
It was nice enough. I put on a maxi dress, and I'm like, I need a jean jacket over this maxi dress.
What's a maxi dress? I probably know what it is.
Just a floor-length dress that's casual. It's not like
Okay.
a gown. It's just like you're going out
Okay.
to pump gas or something.
It's like a moo-moo.
No, it's not. But it was like just a tank dress. So I was like,
Okay.
all right, I need my jean jacket. It was my jean jacket from high school. And like, I don't know what I did right, but I picked out a jean jacket in high school that was like, you can't tell what era it's from.
Yeah.
It is like dark wash, just very basic.
Yeah.
Like none of the like gems or all that crap that we liked, the
Yeah.
embroidery or nothing. I was like, I just picked out the most basic one, and I was like, I'm wearing something from high school right now. I'm wearing something from like 12. I don't know how many years ago.
Yeah. I have in my closet, I still have that fit because they give them to me in large or extra large or whatever way back when I was a kid. I talked on the last show about detasseling corn and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every year that you did it, they would give you a t-shirt. It's just kind of an extra little thing. I still have
Do
t-shirts.
you wear it?
Yes, I always, like one of those shirts I'll just kind of throw on to wear around the house. But I have one, it's like dated 95 or something, 95 or 96 or something like that.
Oh.
Still fits. Or I should say it fits better because I've grown up and filled it out a little bit. But yeah, because there was like a few of them like that. There was like a video store t-shirt that we had that I don't put on at all anymore because I don't want it to wear out. But it just had the name of the store on the front and then just put staff on the back because we'd have those like when we would do like
cute.
Sidewalk sales or big kind of events for the store.
But you didn't have to like go.
You would wear it. No, it was just like one of those like you wear it this one weekend just so people can kind of spot you really quick to know where you're at if they need help.
Okay.
That was one of those type of things. It was just a plain white t-shirt with black iron-on stuff on it. It's real basic, but it got the job done.
I don't think I own anything else from high school.
I remember you talked about the
Maybe
leather.
some jeans I fit into. Oh, my jean skirt.
I don't know
My
if I still
floor-length
have it
jean
or
skirt.
not, or if we sold it in a yard sale, or if it's at my mom and dad's or something. But you mentioned a leather jacket, and I remember in like 10th and 11th grade, like I owned, it was like a suede leather jacket, and it had like all kinds of colors to it. It was like
Was
freaking
it patchwork?
it was. I don't know that it was necessarily patchwork. I remember it had just a lot of designs. There was like some areas was a bigger patch because it was like a pattern. It was like a specific pattern. It wasn't just like random stuff thrown up there. There was like design to it.
Yeah.
But I remember it
sounds
sucked because you
cool.
would get rain on it. I'm like, God, then it would spot and stuff like that.
Suede socks.
God, but I remember like for whatever goofy reason, like it was because it was a leather jacket, but the couple of girls, and I was not in any sports that would have got me a letter at all in high school.
But I
remember a couple of the girls kept calling it my letter jacket.
Oh,
and it's like, hey, can I wear your leather jacket for a little bit? And I don't know if she was just trying to make a play on leather. I just now made that association, but I know she wasn't like slurring her words. She was very specifically saying letter jacket. But it was just so funny because it was nothing like it. But I remember because I'd wear it so much, and then like back then I'd wear cologne and stuff like that too because you're a teenager and you freaking shower in it. Yeah, it was ridiculous. But I remember like it would just pick up the smell, and she's like, "Ooh, this smells good." I was like, "All right, whatever."
See, if you were a girl in the early 2000s, you did Bath and Body Works. Like that was what you did. And I saw this article the other day, like, oh, do you remember girls wearing Bath and Body Works back in the day? I was like, I still wear it. Like, I will go to their 75% off sales, stock up, and wear that crap throughout the year.
Yeah.
That's my life. Like,
yeah.
I don't have any, like, signature scent or anything. It's whatever, like, is just
whatever's there.
Whatever's, yeah.
Interesting. I have no comment to add to that. I don't wear Bath and Body Works.
I know.
I mean, I would in a pinch if I had to. If like I was like really dry hands and needed some lotion, that's all it's there. I'll use it if I had to. But
there's one I can't smell anymore because my sister had a seriously gross locker, and I think she used Juniper Breeze to like cover it up, and she was just like spray it.
So then it was just like Juniper Breeze plus
with
funk.
rotten, yeah. And I was like, so I was like, Sarah, the only thing I can't do at Bath and Body Works is that Juniper Breeze, and she's like, you're a bitch, And I was like, it's because of you. So then I go back there the other day, God, they had some sort of juniper scent. It's not the same, but it's kind of the same.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I'm having no gag reflex to this. I guess I'll buy it. And I said, Sarah, I'm over my juniper.
Jeez. You should like package it up and just give it to her to say, here's.
I really should.
That's funny.
Yeah, because I couldn't smell that stuff for a while because I would just associate a nasty locker. Because for some reason, my sister and I, we just would not clean out our lockers, and they would just be disgusting. And we were like, and there was no shame associated with a gross locker in high school. Like,
see, I never
if you had
really...
a nasty one, they were like,
whatever,
you're pretty cool. So ours would just get to the point where it's like, roll that trash can over here. I got shit to get rid of at the end of the year. And it was.
I remember at the tail end of the year, all the teachers would bring their trash cans out and just kind of line the hallways
and let
up,
you deal with your locker.
Everybody would just at the tail end of the year throw away all the crap that's in your locker. I remember, in our home ec class, which we would do home ec, I think in 7th grade. It was like
I did a 7th grade home ec
rotational type of class, but we had to make a locker caddy for the sewing part of it. So you would actually, make it as like a little narrow rectangular thing, and there was like a couple pockets I think you'd put in it with zippers.
Nice.
And then you would get like a mirror and hot glue to the top of it, and then there'd be like a hanger hanging out of the top, and you would like hook it onto the little vent. Yeah,
that's
times.
Nice.
Yeah,
maybe I would have kept my locker nicer if there was.
I remember
like
mine. God, mine was like red with white stars on it. It was just really lame. I remember it being that color because it's just like we just got something cheap at Walmart in the fabric section. I don't remember what my sister did. She kept hers for a long time and finally got rid of it.
That's really cool, though.
Do you ever have dreams about high school, like going back?
I have dreams. I've come back from Christmas break and I can't remember my locker combination. I have honestly had one of those, like, God, only in the last month I had one of those.
It's like I would never have the forgot locker combination because our locks never really worked that well to begin with.
Oh, so you could just
and open it up.
No, ours
were yours smaller lockers or were yours like full
length?
That's how ours was because it was a small school, but it was like full length.
I had a small school too.
But I would have the dream where I know my locker number changed. Not the combination, but the actual location of it. And I know it's in this general area, but I can't remember specifically which one it is. Like, I've had that, and I'm, like, going to be late for class because I can't find my... Like, the class is, like, right behind me. I know specifically which classroom I'm going to. And the lockers are right outside it. And I got, like, 8 or 9 to pick from, and I can't remember which one it's supposed to be. And then I finally was like, screw it, I'll go back in and wing it. But I had a dream the other night, and this is more of like a customer service nightmare, is what this was. So it's like I go back to school, start of the year, and I don't have my schedule for my classes.
Oh my God, I've had the same dream.
And I don't know where. Right. So somehow or another, I fumble through maybe the first couple of periods, and I'm like, screw this, I can't do this.
That's
like I'm paying to be here. I need to find out my class. So I go to the office, and I know the lady that's there because it's the same in my dream. It's the one that was there when I was in high school, and I'm like, hey, you guys need to give me my schedule so that I can, get to my proper class. Oh, well, we don't handle the scheduling here anymore. We've outsourced that. So here's a phone and a number you need to call.
Oh, no.
And you call the place and they'll help you out. I'm like, the hell? Like this is where like customer service thing comes into play, customer service nightmare. So I call this random number and they can't help me.
No.
And that became the nightmare as I get in this loop of arguing with these people that supposedly are supposed to know how to get me in my class
You know, it would be
schedule,
easier
and
running from class to class. Am I supposed to be in here? Am I on your roster? No, mine, I had that same one where I don't know where I'm supposed to be. But when I find out, like the office will tell me, but it's all math classes. And guess what? I'm behind 3 weeks on the homework because like it's like somehow I'm coming into like the middle of a semester.
Yeah, I always hated that one where you get there, like you're at class on time, and then like everybody starts turning in homework, and you're like, we had an assignment?
That has happened to me.
That happened to me in real life a few times. What's really weird is like, you know, I went to a really small school, so a lot of teachers would double up on some classes and stuff here and there. So it's like I had one teacher for algebra. I did terrible in high school at algebra. But she also taught computer programming classes. I did awesome at that, which is weird because like you would think, you know, you have to have math classes to figure out the programming, and just there was something in my brain wasn't getting it, or I think it was more the independent study of it. I would go at my own pace, whereas, you know, in high school the way we would do it is like you'd have chapter 1, section 1, chapter 1, section 2, and so on and so on.
I hated
we would only do one section a day. So it's like you're going so slow. I don't know if I was just getting bored and get distracted and just wouldn't pay attention because we were going so slow. Because by the time I got to college, you know, you do the whole chapter in a day.
Yeah.
And I got like B's.
Really?
As opposed to like D's and F's. Like you just turn around that quick. But my computer programming classes, same teacher, she would be teaching an algebra class, like to the freshmen or sophomores or whatever. And then I'm sitting in the back of the class. Before she started teaching them, she would come back to me and whoever else was in the programming class, say, okay, you guys are working on this stuff, go. And then go teach her other class. Oh. So we were kind of independent study, and we would fly through that stuff and get it, like work together on stuff, and
I truly believe the way they have high school math set up is the most. It's the most off-putting way to set up a math class. No, I'm not even talking Common Core. I'm talking when we went through, you know, algebra, calculus, trig, geometry. Yeah. That's the most off-putting way to set up math I've ever seen in my life because there's no real-world application to it. Right. Because when I got into my college algebra class, which was only a few years ago, because my undergrad didn't require any math whatsoever, so I didn't take it. So then I went back to a college, like just a couple of years ago, and there was, I don't know what she was trying to, there was a curve, you know how you like plot the
like a sine wave or whatever.
Yeah, like this. I think it was the sine wave, and we're like, all right, where the fuck would we use that in the real world? And she kind of was like,
she's like, you don't.
Well, no, she was like, this is more for like astronomers. This is how they chart like waves in space. And I was like, oh, how about this one? She's like, oh, that would be if you're an insurance person. That's how you'd like calculate risk of something with that bell curve. And I was like, oh my God, she's actually got an answer for us. You know, it's nothing that we would do, but I was cool with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
But you actually had an answer.
Yeah, she did have an answer, and she talked about the various applications. I was like, God, and you know what would be even cooler is if they actually set it up that way.
Right. There was somebody I listened to on the radio the other day that said that, you know, the only math class that he actually got any benefit out of in high school was in his school. They had kind of like I think he called it like business math or everyday math or something. It was basically like how to like balance your checkbook and how credit cards work. Earning the interest and stuff like stuff that actually does benefit you. Just the weird little everyday stuff. They would teach you how that stuff worked. He's like, that's the only one I really benefited from. In ours,
we worked really heavily on the conversions, which is like the American system to the metric system.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we were like, there's such a thing as hectares, and we have to convert those into, like, acreage, you know.
Oh, my God.
That's what we were doing in our real world math class of, like, you need your yard plotted in hectares. Right here.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know that I would remember any of that stuff at all.
No, I don't. No, it's gone.
God. That's nuts. I gotta tell this story, though, because it's weird and gross. And you've already you've heard about it, but they haven't. And since our story was dealing with the cat in a box and stuff, I was going to talk about our cat for a second. So you didn't know until I brought up to you, cat acne is a thing. No. You can Google it. It's weird. So what I found out, this is like no segue at all, just boom. Cats apparently have like scent glands in their chin that they use to mark their territory with somehow. I had no clue till I Googled this.
Ew.
Like that's how they mark their territory. They just kind of go up and just kind of rub on stuff. You know, cats will run up and rub their heads on whatever. They're not just being friendly. They're marking their spot, essentially, putting their scent on it to let you know I was here. But I guess I don't know if they're all over their head or just their chin specifically, but you know, my wife noticed one day our cat, like some of his fur was starting to kind of wear thin on his chin. And she had to look, and there was like all these black spots, like little hard black spots. She's like, what in the world is this? So I Googled it. It's like black spots on a cat's chin or whatever. And, you know, I saw a couple threads on some forums, and somebody mentioned cat acne. You know, it's basically literally black heads and white heads on the cat's chin due to these things getting clogged. And it started off just blackheads, and she'd sit there and get a hot rag and try to hold it on there, try to open his pores up to loosen them up and stuff and rub, and some of them would come out, and eventually it like got bad enough that like you're actually getting like actual white pus balls and stuff. Like he's got some kind of an infection. So we got him like on antibiotics. We went through like 2 weeks of antibiotics, having to hold him, drop a pill in, get him to swallow it, thinking that would clear it up. It didn't. Like she's gonna have to get more pills to keep going. It's getting better now. Like it's the point where he's kind of used to it. You don't have to really hold him down and do it. He'll jump up on your lap. Well, he'll jump up on her lap and let her do it. And she'll just kind of cradle him, hold him like a baby. I have to go let the water run to get hot, get a wet rag, and she'll sit and hold it for a little bit, and then just kind of pick his zits for a little bit. And it's not like, I mean, it's thick.
Oh, come on.
It's gross. And occasionally I'll have to sit there and kind of get a tissue and kind of wipe off. But it's, and then like of course it'll bleed and it'll kind of scab up and then gets caught in the fur, and it's just this weird cycle. It's gross, but I think he's starting to get toward the end of it, but I swear it's like to really be done with it. I wish she would just, I told her, I was like, you need to just take him, let them like knock him out and just get all that stuff out. Just knock him out so he's not feeling it. Get all that stuff out. And she's like, I'm not going to go
would
pay
it come
the doctor.
Back, though?
I don't know. But she's like, I'm not going to pay the doctor to knock the cat out just to pick his zits. She's like, I'm just not going to do it. It's like, well, fine. Then you're going to be doing this for a long time.
So what, I guess drop some NyQuil on him.
No, but it's like we're taking, she bought some, some acne wash. It's got the benzoyl peroxide in it. So it's like, we'll take some of that and put it on there and kind of scrub it. And it doesn't sting enough. It like do mild enough that you'll scrub a little bit and then rinse it off. And, if it bleeds a little bit, we'll take some Neosporin and put on it.
God, gross.
It's a mess.
What is it that the kids take for the acne? Is that like real intense? No, not the Proactive. It's like
I don't know. They actually,
it's like a prescription.
At one point, they actually gave us some prescription little pads. It was basically acne pads. It was pink. It stunk really bad. I guess it burned him because she would try to rub a little bit on, and he'd flip out. So we just quit that, and he's got to the point now. Like, he used to always get in the way. Like I work here from home. He'd a couple times a day he'd always try to come in here and bother me or whatever. He'd sleep out in the hallway outside my bedroom door and stuff. He doesn't do that anymore. He always sleeps under a kid's bed now. Like I never see him all day. Like he'll come out once in the morning and let her do some stuff before she goes to work. He hides all day. She comes home. He comes back out, lets her do some stuff. I never see him go eat. He has to be going and eating, going to the bathroom. I mean, he's still just as fat as he's ever been. He's not losing any weight, but
Accutane. That's what they give him.
Okay, I don't know that I've heard of that one.
Yeah, Accutane's serious.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that some like stuff that like they tell the kids if you're taking this stuff, make sure you don't get pregnant?
Yeah.
That's some of that hardcore stuff. Okay.
Yeah, you need some kitty Accutane.
There you go. He ain't getting pregnant. I hope not.
No.
There'd be some weird explaining to do on that one.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well.
You got anything else to add?
Not
about cat acne.
I don't know.
Acne.
What else have you been up to this week? Anything? We still got a few minutes left. Really?
Nah,
I'm
just
trying to stretch this out to an hour.
Just the weather has been pissing me off because it won't turn into spring.
Yeah, I'm ready for spring. I want to go work on my land, and I can't.
I want to go see your land.
It's just down the road, sometime. You know what? I want to make a day where I like put a thing out on Facebook and invite all my friends and say, hey, I'll buy everybody pizza or something. I just need a bunch of bodies come down here and we'll just kind of give everybody sections, and I want you to help me just clean stuff up.
You got poison ivy?
Not that I've seen. I haven't seen any yet. Now, when they cleaned it up before I got it, because I asked them to go, clean it up a little bit, so I figured they'd bush hog it, and they just bulldozed everything down to the dirt. So it's like I've got all the trees that are still there, but a lot of the brush, there's some brush that's already kind of came back. But a lot of it just got thrown up into these big, huge piles.
Oh.
So it's like I've got one pile that's like branches and dirt mixed in that it's so packed tight I can't do anything with it. So that's just going to have to be professionally gotten out of there. But I got a couple other piles that's mostly just knocked down little trees and other branches and stuff like that it just needs to be pulled apart and cut up. And, I could create, a good stack of logs to just have to burn later.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But I've got a little fire pit over there. We've gone around, picked up sticks and stuff and thrown in there. Branches that have got knocked down from the weather, I've pulled over there and kind of broke up and thrown in there. We've had 2 or 3 bonfires over there.
Oh, I do a bonfire.
I mean, it's not like no, we're not like cooking hot dogs and marshmallows or anything, but it's just get a fire started, and my wife takes care of that, keeping it going while I go and I keep cleaning up other stuff and bringing more over.
Yeah, burning it's probably the way to get rid of it.
It's just
too.
yeah. My brother-in-law just wants to like pour gas on it and throw
burn
a
the
match.
whole thing down.
I was like, no way, because we'd be getting the fire department called. There's no way. There's too many houses that are too close to it.
What, the big pile he wants to just
Oh yeah, he was just like, let's just burn it. just one time. He's like, I'll just play. He's like, you don't even have to be there. I'll just go over there and do it, and I'll play dumb. I was like, no, dude. It's like, you stay away. Because I could see how it could, if there was leaves on the trees and stuff and it got up high, it would take off and it would be bad. I don't want to do that yet. Just the thought of it like scares me to no end. Because that was the whole reason I got this place, was because it was woods.
Yeah.
But then they cleared it out, and then I can see the neighbors behind it so much easier.
Oh, so you were kind of
So
pissed.
it's like I was kind of like, oh man, but I didn't really notice it so much until winter hit and everything was bare. And then by the front road, you can just see straight through everything and see everybody behind there. So I'm like, oh well. I mean, it's too late now. It is what it is. But I can always go back and put privacy fences in certain areas, plant other trees or whatever, let it grow up, however, to create the barriers that I need. So it's not all bad.
I think later April, I'm going, and I've never done this before. I'm going, what is it? Like, not dune buggy, but like when you ride like Jeeps and dirt bikes out on the dunes. Have you ever done that?
Mm-mm.
No, neither.
I've been. Are you talking like
I don't
dunes
like
up in northern Indiana?
No, in northern Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a ton of them, and I guess people just take their whatever car they can get out on those and just.
Because I did go to the dunes in Indiana once, like right there on the edge of Lake Michigan and stuff.
Oh, okay.
There's some dunes that are there.
Yeah.
But we spent, a couple hours there. Didn't really climb up them. I just took the kids to the beach part, played a little bit and left.
All right.
Yeah. And that was like even before. It was more like, my oldest daughter and then my nephew is all it went. It was like way before my little two will be born.
You need to go some places.
I told you. I'm just like, yeah. Eventually. We'll see. But anywho.
All right.
I think I'm fizzling out on this one.
I'm set too.
So
it's over.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Come over here so you can see me. If you're watching this on YouTube, go like us in the comments, or like us, give us comments. Let us know if there's any particular funny stories that you saw in the news you could link to. We can talk about it. Or just want to say hi, let us know. Check out our other show. I actually have pre-recorded outros that'll mention the other show and email and all that stuff. So on that note, we will catch you later. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Mm-hmm.